Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the All Jokes Aside podcast with Kobe. And as always, today with me is my best friend, my favorite person in the world.
Hello, people. It is Friday.
Yeah, I mean, it's not Friday, but it is Friday for y'all.
Yeah,
Maybe. I don't
we're gonna
know.
have a fun episode today, guys.
I'm excited about today. Today we're gonna yap.
Yep,
We're just this and yap.
yep. A lot of yapping.
I just opened a
And
fresh can of Melliello. I got a thing of brownies. Let's yap.
y'all are probably gonna judge us. Like I feel like this is gonna be a very judgmental episode where people are gonna be like, really? Like, why did they
Okay,
do it that way?
you can say that about yours. I'm very confident with my picks. Um, I definitely probably could have revised my shows a little bit more, but I think my movies are solid.
Yeah. But yeah, anyway, guys, we're doing our top 25-ish list of favorite TV shows and movies.
Yeah.
Um,
Today we're
we've
talking about
each
our favorite movies
compiled
and TV shows.
Yeah, we've each compiled a list of our favorites. Um, and we've tried our best to include our favorites. It's kind of hard, thinking of every single movie that you've ever watched and every single show that you've ever watched. Me personally, I do not watch a lot of TV compared to Kobe.
Yes, I would say I would describe myself as a very chronically online individual. I'm very media heavy, so like I'm always on YouTube or some sort of streaming service or
Yeah,
something. I'm definitely a movie buff. I like movies. I like watching new movies. Like movies that people talk about all the time that I haven't seen. I usually have an interest, but it depends. It depends on what it is because I'm also very particular about what I watch.
yeah. I'm the same way. Like I feel like I have a very short attention span, so I feel like it's hard for me to get into a show unless it's you know, intriguing within the first episode, which is kind of rare, I feel like. I don't know.
And that's the problem with TikTok
Yeah.
and Vine.
So,
Vine did it first.
yeah. So, I feel like movies are more of my cup of tea because, usually they're only like an hour to 2 hours long, so it's like a whole story within a couple of hours and I can actually sit through that versus 24 to 48 hours of just straight, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Um
I mean, it also depends. You're also just a very busy person, and like you have your family and your business that you do. So like on top of work, and you're a wife, so like you just have so much going on, and a lot of days, especially where I live, and not having like all my friends live super close, so like it's harder for me to just like plan stuff or like go out and do something, you know. So like if I'm off and I have nothing to do, like, it's so easy for me to just pull up a movie or, like, binge a whole series or something because I just, like,
right.
if I don't have anything, I have all that free time, you know? So I guess it really just depends.
It's just our schedules, how they line up, I feel like too. Like
Right, but
that we're able to sit there and watch. But anyway, I feel like we should just dive on in.
okay,
Um,
well, whenever you are ready, we're starting with, uh you wanna start with TV?
yeah, let's do TV. So,
Okay,
okay. So I feel like I should start at my least favorite. Um,
okay,
like
well,
I said,
I've got your list pulled up so that the viewers can follow along if they please, if they want to.
yeah. Okay, cool. So I don't watch a lot of TV. So and I didn't want to just put all the shows that I've ever watched because I feel like that's not an accurate list. So I just did my top 10. Um, Number 10 is The Act.
Crazy.
Y- listen, listen. It's a good
Crazy
show.
pick.
Okay, it's not the story. I think it's just I guess because it's based on a true story. I don't know. It's on my top 10. So I'm not going to talk a lot about each of these because we'll be here all night. But number
Oh,
9
I'm
is,
going to, but I'll try to keep it brief.
yeah, yeah.
But
We
there's
don't want
some
to
that I've gotta this is my podcast, and I'm if I'm gonna yap, I'm gonna yap.
Yeah, I know. I know you will.
Oh, yes.
Um, so number
This is my
9, I
outlet,
have
okay?
number
Sorry, go
9, I
ahead.
have Drake and Josh. I feel like that's pretty valid. Like, I know you're not a super big fan of Drake and Josh, Kobe, but I feel like
No.
people can agree that that's on like a top, you know, our childhood shows.
It's the nostalgia
Um,
factor for sure.
yeah.
It has a lot to do with it.
Um,
Not saying that it isn't good, but nostalgia does
yeah.
have a lot to do with it.
Well, they were goofy too. Like, I feel like they were like that duo, you know. So,
Well, of course. Well,
um,
also, it's a Dan Schneider show. Say what you want about Dan Schneider, his shows were good, though.
true, true, true. Um, number 7 is crazy, and I know a lot of people are gonna be like, "You're crazy," but it's Riverdale, and the only reason it's Riverdale is because, like, it's not really the acting because it's kind of cringy. I guess it's more of like the story,
It's the plot,
but
yeah.
yeah. But it's only like the first 2 seasons, guys. Like after that, it just all went downhill, and I didn't even watch it after that. But it's just the first 2 seasons. Um, number 6, I have Made. Kobe, I don't know if you've seen that or not.
Yes. Okay, actually, I have seen every show that's on your list.
Oh,
The only
okay.
one that I haven't seen I haven't seen all of Grey's, but I've seen every show on your list.
You know enough about it to
Right.
know what it's about.
I
Yeah.
don't know that I've watched every episode of Drake and Josh, but I've and I never finished Riverdale. I watched like through the first 3 seasons and then I stopped during season 4, like the first couple episodes of season 4. But I've seen every show on your list.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
I think
Made.
it's so funny because I don't think you've seen maybe like 2 or 3 shows on mine.
Yeah. So Made is my number 6, and this is where it kind of gets into like the shows that I actually really like enjoyed watching, and I count them as like my top movies. Because I feel like Riverdale, Drake and Josh, and The Act are just like kind of honorable mentions for me. Um, I would never mention the last 3 as like to someone that's like, "What's your favorite TV shows?" I would never say The Act. You know what I mean? So I feel like
Mhm.
that's fair.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, number 6 is Made. I really liked it. Kind of got weird towards the end, but I'm here for it. Um,
Right.
number 6 is iCarly. I feel like that's so valid.
iCarly was one of the best Nickelodeon shows ever.
Yeah, that was like that was definitely like when I came home from school. Oh, let me relax, sit down and watch iCarly. You know what I mean?
I still have so many like memes and like stuff that I remember from iCarly and like quote all the time.
I mean, it had the story, it had it had the comedy, it had everything. Like, I don't know, like I think my favorite episode was either the Kesha one where they were like licking all the letters from the ice cream.
Oh, Maria, that's victorious.
Oh wait, yeah, you're right. You're right.
Embarrassing.
No, 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 hold on. And then well, what was it? It was something like that.
That's victorious.
Okay. We're gonna pretend I didn't say
Are
that.
you thinking of where they helped that pop star singer and she raised up her arms and she had the hairy pits? Is that what you're thinking about?
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe or may I don't know. But
Forget
yes,
what
you're
you
right. That is
heard.
from
This is
Victorious.
my
I don't know why I
world.
said that. Um, I guess I don't know what I was thinking of. Okay, anyway, moving on. Number 5, SpongeBob. Like,
Of course, a classic.
obviously. Yeah, that's I mean, I feel like that's, you know, my humor is started with SpongeBob.
I feel
Um,
bad. Genuinely, I feel bad for any young person that has not seen SpongeBob. Like, there are people that I work with that have not seen SpongeBob, and I'm like, that's crazy.
Uh, yeah, I
Because
feel like
because they're
that.
not in on the joke. Like so many popular memes that have come out have been like SpongeBob memes.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like it's definitely like our generational comedy, like peak comedy. Like at least it was for like our middle school years,
I don't know
elementary
that
school years.
it still holds up.
Yeah, true. Moving on. Um, Number 4, Wednesday. I liked Wednesday. I'm excited for the new season. Not much really to say. I liked it. Um, Top 3 are really the only shows that I like can say like, hey, these are like my favorite TV shows ever. Outer Banks, love it. Love that there's so much going on all the time, and I don't really know what you call it, but it's like where it kind of ends up in the end. Everybody just kind of comes together and everything flows.
Mhm.
Um, Grey's Anatomy. Me and Noel come home every single day and watch at least an episode. So I still haven't finished Grey's Anatomy, but I'm getting there. We're like on season 12 or 13 or something. And then Stranger Things. I could sit here and talk about Stranger Things for hours. I absolutely love it.
Stranger
Call
Things
me a
is
nerd,
great.
but yeah. Call me a nerd, but I love Stranger
Stranger
Things.
Things is not even nerdy. Stranger Things is just good.
It is, and it like it's one of those newer TV shows that feels like it's a classic. You know what I mean? Because
It's not
it's like
even
the
newer.
80s
It's 10 years old.
Well, I know, but I mean, it's still new, I feel like. It's not like a nostalgic. It's not in that time era yet where it's considered nostalgic.
I don't know. I think it's nostalgic for me because when I started watching it, I was in middle school, so that's crazy.
Well, yeah, that's true, but I don't
I
know.
was I was
Yeah,
still
I love.
watching I was still watching iCarly and Victorious and stuff when I watched Stranger Things.
Yeah. Okay, so do you want to do your shows next or do you want me to do my movies next?
No, I'll do my shows. We'll stay
Okay.
on the
Okay.
same. All right,
Okay.
this is my list. I'm
While you're
gonna do
talking
like
about your list, send them to me so I can look at it.
okay. So I'm gonna start from the bottom. So, um, it was really hard to order these. Sorry, give me 1 second. I can't talk and do stuff at the same time. I'm really bad about it. Um, so sorry. Okay. Check your email.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna start from the bottom. And then I'll work my way up like you did. As you can see already for the people watching, my list is very, very different from Maria's. And looking at it, I can say for a fact that I don't think Maria has watched any of these. I think, well, she's seen Stranger Things because that's on here too, and she's maybe seen an episode or so of Avatar. I know she's seen an episode of Scream Queens, a little bit of
Adventure
Gravity
Time.
Falls, Adventure Time, but yeah, I don't think you've seen anything else. But I'm gonna try and speed this along. I'm only really gonna talk about like my top 10 really. But anyway, so we'll start at the bottom. So my in last place I have Amazing World of Gumball. Amazing World of Gumball is for me, um Gumball, Regular Show, and Adventure Time were like the three golden era of Cartoon Network. Like those were like the three greatest shows to ever come out of Cartoon Network. Like I full heartedly believe that. Unless I'm missing something, but I don't really think I am. I don't know. Gumball is just like it really shaped my humor, and I don't know. I like the style of it where it's like kind of cartoon, but it's also 3D and like the art styles all over the place. I just like that. It scratches an itch in my brain. But I'm also OCD, so it's like weird. But love Gumball. I think it's hilarious. Next, I have the Scream TV series. I'm a huge, huge, huge horror fan. That's like probably my favorite like genre of like TV slash movie. Um, Honestly, the Scream series, it's not as good as the movies. Like at all. It's like kind of cringe, but it's not like Riverdale cringe. I don't know. I do think they could have done a better job of it, and there could have been a lot more kills because there was a lot of people that survived it, but it's fine. It's good. Next is Pretty Little Liars. This one's kind of an honorable mention because I went back and rewatched it a few years ago and it's so brain rot, but like in the best, it's so good. Like I just can't. It's one of those shows where you had to be there. But honestly, the mystery was really good. I hate the final A reveal because it's so, to me, it's so underwhelming and I hate it so much. But the first A reveal was great. It was perfect, absolute cinema. And honestly, the first two seasons of Pretty Little Liars are like peak. They were peak. Next, I have
Mm,
House of Anubis. This one's really weird. This was a Maria. Have you ever heard of House of Anubis before?
I've never heard of it. No.
Okay, so it was this weird British live action TV show that came on Nickelodeon when we were younger, and it was basically about this girl, and she was sent to this boarding school in the UK, and she's from America. And basically, the house that she lived in, the boarding house they lived in, had like it was called Anubis House, and it had all these like secrets in it. And her grandma gave her this necklace, and the necklace like unlocked all these secrets in the house. And there was just a like big ongoing mystery, and it was like the theming was like Egyptian mythology and like gods and stuff. It was so good. It was so good. The I rewatched it a couple years ago. The acting is horrible. Um, but I just can't. The show was amazing. You had to be there. Loved it. Next is Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Love Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It's so camp, so comedy, but it's also just it's just good. It's like the perfect '90s. Like it encapsulates the '90s so well. I just love Buffy. Also Sarah Michelle Gellar. I know I'm gay, but she could get it. She's my one pass. Um, next is Lock and Key on Netflix. Did you ever watch Lock and Key?
I have seen like bits and pieces of it, but I couldn't tell you what it's about.
Okay, Lock and Key is weird because it's based off like a book, like a comic series, I think. And apparently the comic series is a lot darker, but it's weird because when I started watching it, I thought it was a kid show, and then I think in like one of the first couple episodes, someone got like brutally murdered, and I was like, "Oh, this is not a kid show." But it was very good. The longer it went on, I feel like the first two seasons were great. I thought season three was a little weird, and I kind of don't like the ending, but it's okay. I've heard that the comic is way better, but I like the keys and the whole mystery behind everything, and the cast was really good.
We
Next
love a
is
good mystery.
yeah, love Lock and Key. I just rewatched the third season recently because I couldn't remember it, and I'm glad I rewatched it. It was good.
See,
Next,
I've gotta have shows that like keep me on the edge of my seat in order for me to like genuinely enjoy watching them.
oh, Lock and Key is one of those for me. I feel like Lock and Key for me is like Outer Banks, sort of, kinda. Like
Hmm.
it feels like Outer Banks in the same Netflix original type.
Right. Yeah. I get what you're saying.
All right, next is Teen Wolf. Teen Wolf is like a classic for me. Teen Wolf also was like if I had to pick like a gay awakening, it would probably be Teen Wolf because that cast was stacked. But honestly,
Mm.
the drama was perfect. Like a perfect teen dramedy, like or drama. Like
Dramedy.
just no, it's a drama. I don't know why I said dramedy because like yeah, it's got funny bits, but it's really not a funny show. It's just really just Styles being funny. Um, no, but Teen Wolf is great. Teen Wolf was like one of the first like Teen Wolf was one of the first shows that like as a teenager I got like more into like okay, I'm not really watching cartoons as much anymore. Like, you know, I'm starting to get into like older stuff, I guess, even though
Right.
that's like a teen show.
Yeah.
Okay, next one has an asterisk next to it. It's The Walking Dead, but specifically only the first 7 seasons because after that I'm bored. I don't care. Cause after the whole thing with the saviors kind of was wrapping up, I got really sick of it. Honestly, spoiler alert if you haven't seen The Walking Dead, but it's been out for like I think the first season started coming out in like 2013, something like that. So like it's been out for long enough. But spoiler warning if you care about that stuff for The Walking Dead. Give it in a second. Okay. After Carl died, don't care. Do not care. I'm done. I'm over it. Um, and Glenn too. After Carl and Glenn, I just don't care anymore. Like, I don't care about the show. I don't care about Negan. I don't care that he like came around and like joined the group and like he redeemed himself or whatever. I don't care. The first seasons were peak though. Like especially seasons like 3 and 4 were probably the best for me. I don't know. Season 5 was really good too, but like in there. All right, next up is The Boys. The Boys is great. I feel like it does a really good job encapsulating what superheroes and like supervillains would be like if they were actually real. Because let's be honest, they're not going to be like out saving the world just because they have powers. They would be like money hungry and they would think that they're better than everybody else and that they could do whatever they want. I think it's very accurate.
Hmm.
Um, but
Realistic.
but yeah, such a good show. Love The Boys. Next up is Gravity Falls. Gravity Falls is a classic. I dare I say the best Disney Channel TV show to ever exist. Alex Hirsch is a genius.
I can agree
Um,
with that. Like, I didn't watch Disney a lot as a kid, but I really liked Gravity Falls. I didn't watch it enough to really say that I watched it, but I've definitely seen at least 10 episodes in my entire life.
Gravity Falls and Scooby Doo are like the two biggest like guides to me knowing that I was into like mystery, like ongoing mysteries and like uncovering mysteries and like solving cases, stuff like that.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
mysteries and stuff like that. I love that type of stuff now. Love Gravity Falls. It had a very good storyline, had a very good ending. Like I was very satisfied with how everything turned out. The finale of that show is so good. Like such a good finale to wrap everything up. All right, my list is very, very, very different from Maria's. I am an anime watcher. I don't watch too much. I just watch like I check out all like the big ones. I still haven't seen Demon Slayer and Jujutsu Kaisen. I need to watch those because everybody says they're so good. And I will get around to them eventually. But for now, My Hero Academia is on my list. Really good superhero show. I like how they're I feel like the plot is really good. It is really cringe. People make Deku memes and stuff all the time. But of course, I don't know. I think it's a good plot. I think the powers are like really smart with how they like pair people up and how they think of certain things. Like it's so genius. It's so smart and it just flows. Love My Hero. Next one, Maria. I don't. You've never seen this, but you need to watch it. Like heavy, heavy recommendation on this show. Next up is Shameless. Um,
Okay.
Shameless.
I've
What?
actually started it. I think I'm on the second episode. Like, I literally just started it like 2 days ago.
Oh my
And
gosh, so good.
I've tried to start it for the past like year, but I keep getting distracted and I keep forgetting to like, continue watching it. So, I'm actually starting it and I didn't put it on my list because I obviously haven't watched it enough to put it on there.
Oh my gosh, such a good show. I don't care what Fiona does. Fiona can do no wrong in my eye. Fiona is baby girl, and I love her, and she deserves so much more. And I'm no spoilers because I know you just said you're watching it, but she deserved so much better. And that's all I'm gonna say. Um,
Mm.
but love, 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 love Fiona, and I also love Lip. Lip is amazing. And he's very flawed, but like I don't know that show breaks my heart. Like that's one of the shows. There's very few shows that when I finished it, it's made me cry. But when I watched the Shameless finale, I cried. Like I actually cried.
Mm.
Um, next up is kind of an asterisk because this isn't technically really a TV show because they did make a show for it. This is another anime.
Mhm.
This is mainly a game series and it's in the anime style, but they did make an anime of it. But I put it on here just because I've never really played the games, but I just love the story of it because it's kind of similar to like a Squid Game type situation.
Right.
Just to like put it in perspective for you, Maria. But it's
Mhm.
called Danganronpa, and it's basically about these high schoolers, and they're put in this school and basically this mastermind tells them like, "Hey, the only way you can leave this school is if you murder one of your classmates and get away with it." And
Hmm.
it's like it's very because like anime sometimes like some anime are really good about not being cringe and then some are just really 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 cringy and weird and this one is one of those where it's like really cringe and really weird but also like the murder mystery aspect of it is so good and like finding out like who killed but like also all of the murders are super duper complex and crazy like it's not just someone went up and stabbed someone and then hid the knife like it's crazy. It's like they'll do this super complex murder scheme, like setting up this whole trap, and then they'll pin it on someone else, and you think that it's happening during this time, but it's actually happening during this time, and there's all these rules and stipulate. It's crazy. It's crazy, but it's so good. But yeah,
Hmm.
that's an asterisk because it's technically a video game, but whatever. The cases are the trials that they have, like trying to figure out who killed, like who the murderer is for each case, is so good. Anyways, next is Adventure Time. Love, love, love Adventure Time. Adventure Time is
You've
probably
always that was like the show that I put to you whenever we
yes.
were in middle school. Like that
Well,
was the show.
Adventure Time was like my favorite show as a kid. Besides Power Rangers, I was a Power Rangers kid. But like when I was in like elementary, middle school, it was Adventure Time. I loved it. It was so funny. But then it got really story heavy, and the story got really good. And I remember I kind of stopped watching it at some point because I kind of stopped watching like cable at a certain age, so I never got to
Mhm.
finish it. And then my senior year of high school, I went back and rewatched all of it and finished it. And the finale, the ending made me cry. Like a cartoon
Mm.
made me cry. But honestly, the ending was just really sweet and it was cute and it was like me I don't know, it was very symbolic because it was like I went back and finished like my childhood show, you know what I mean? And it was just it was very touching. But love Adventure Time, amazing show. 10 out of
Love
10.
that.
Next is Scream Queens. I fucking love Scream Queens. It's so funny. They did a Scream type like murder mystery show, but they made it a comedy first, and the whole like murder mystery aspect is like on the back burner, and it's so good. Like Chanel Chanel Oberlin and Emma Roberts playing her is like it's so good. I love it. Kind of off topic, but Maria, do you remember that time that y'all came over and we watched the first episode of Scream Queens and we just sat there and laughed for like 2 hours?
Yes.
Remember? And then they were all like stuck in the ground and that they're all screaming for help because the guy's on the lawnmower and that girl's they called her Deaf Taylor Swift and she's going, "Oh my gosh, what are you guys saying?" And then she goes, "Are you guys singing Taylor Swift?" And she starts singing Taylor Swift and then he like mows her head off.
Yes.
So good. Love Scream Queens. So funny. Um, okay, now we're into my top 10. Number 10 is Doctor Who. Specifically the 2005 reboot up until today because you know Doctor Who's been going on since the 60s. Um, but yeah, love Doctor Who. So good. It's just Doctor Who's such a weird show because it's like kind of a kid show, but not at the same time. It's like very dark at some points, but I don't know. I started watching that in middle school and it like scratched my brain in a certain way. This last season was a little rough, but it was still good. Love, love, love Doctor Who. Love the time traveling. Love them going off to different planets and the different times and all the things that they experiment with. It's so, I don't know, it's just so good. Um,
Right.
Next is Legend of Korra, the Avatar sequel. So good. The Avatar universe is amazing. Um, Peaks. Um, Korra isn't peak. Avatar's peak, but Korra is still amazing. Love that show. Love the characters. It didn't hit as hard as Avatar did. I don't know. It's just it's hard to recreate. It's so hard to recreate a masterpiece, but still love Korra. I've rewatched it so many times, especially like there's certain episodes that I'll go back and rewatch. Like I don't know if you do that, but there's
No,
certain like
yeah.
there's certain episodes of certain TV shows that I will go back and rewatch. Like I do this with Stranger Things. I do this with like just random TV shows. I'll think about it and go back and rewatch it.
Yeah. Yeah, I do
Okay.
that.
Next is another anime. It's Hunter x Hunter. Um, so sad that Hunter x Hunter probably will never be finished because of the creator, because of his pain and his illness. Like that's so sad because Hunter x Hunter is one of the best stories and it has the best power scaling in all of anime. Fight me, don't care. It's so complex yet so simple at the same time. Um, each arc just kept getting better and better and better. Chimera Ant arc was crazy. York New was crazy. Such a good TV show. Um, this is so crazy to talk about anime and then segue into Dance Moms, but Dance Moms is at number 7. I fucking love Dance Moms. Um, if I had to pick a favorite season, man, I don't know. Can I even pick a favorite season? I guess I would probably do like it'd have to be one of the earlier seasons because it wasn't the same after Kelly left, and then it wasn't the same after Christy left. So I'd probably say like season 2 or 3, either 2, 3, or 4 when the Christy and Kelly were still together because they're the OGs and they're amazing. Um, Also Queen Holly, Queen Nia. Abby Lee Miller is so funny. I quote Dance Moms all the time. I can quote the entirety of the "Get Your Finger Out of My Face" meme that's on TikTok. I can quote that entire scene. Um, I don't know. Dance Moms is just good. I like reality TV, like certain ones, but Dance Moms is up there. All right,
Yeah,
next is
I
Star
knew
Wars:
that
The
would.
Clone. Yeah,
I
next
knew
is
that
Star
would be
Wars: The
on there
Clone
for you.
Wars. Um, of course, I love Dance Moms. Next is Star Wars: The Clone Wars. Now, listen, I'm a huge Star Wars fan. The movies are good and all, but the TV shows are so much better. I could have put Star Wars Rebels on this list, but I didn't. I thought Clone Wars was good enough. Clone Wars is like the quintessential Star Wars media. Like I would go and watch all of the Clone Wars before I picked up the movie. I don't care that it's an animated show and it's not live action. I don't care. The Clone Wars is amazing. Um, it's the best time period in Star Wars. It's got Ahsoka. Ahsoka's the best character. You've got Anakin turning into Darth Vader like slowly, and you see that like kind of happening. You get Obi-Wan, you get Yoda, you get all the greats. Like it's just so good. If you haven't, and oh my gosh, the final season when they did Order 66, amazing. Peak Star Wars. Order
Peak.
60, yes, Order
Peak.
66 is so good. It's so sad. It makes me every time I watch Revenge of the Sith and Order 66 happens, I cry. I cry every time
That
because
sounded like to me.
it's so sad. All right. Anyways, now we're in my top 5. I'm gonna go a little bit in depth with these, and I want you to go in depth with one of these with me because it's shared, and I'm sure you know what it is. Um,
Hmm.
Number 5 is Sense8. I love Sense8 so much. I just went back and rewatched Sense8 recently. Um, it's kind of difficult to explain, but basically, it's these 8 people around the world, and they're called sensates, and they're humans, but they're like psychic, sorta, kinda is like the best way to
Is it kind of
describe it.
like Umbrella Academy?
No, not at all. So it's these 8 people, and they're all connected out throughout the world. So like 2 of them are in America, one's from like the UK, Iceland area, one's from India, one's from Germany, one's from Africa, one's from Korea, one's from Mexico, and I'm missing one. Doesn't matter. Um, Anyways, so you have these people, and they're all connected all throughout the world, and um so basically, like one of them is a cop, one of them's a mechanic, one of them's a nurse, one of them is a hacker, one of them knows martial arts. So if one of them can do something, all of them can do it. Does that make sense? And they can like
Hmm.
use each other's bodies. It's very complicated and very weird to understand, but it's such a cool concept and it's so cool. So like one of them's getting mugged, right? Well, because the girl knows martial arts and one of them is a cop, like they know how to get them out of that situation. So they can like basically take over their body for a second and like get them out of that like the little nurse from India. Like if someone goes to attack her, she could just unleash martial arts because the other girl knows martial art. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, but basically they're like a threat to humankind because they're like more powerful than the average human and they're dangerous or whatever. So this like organization is like hunting them down and trying to like basically like euthanize them and like kill them and like lobotomize them and stuff. So they're trying it's like them trying to evade the government, but also it's like it's weird because it's like 8 different storylines going on at one time. Because like one of them is getting married and the other goes to prison and another one is in like a love triangle. It's like all of that. So it's weird. It's like it's a comedy, it's a drama, it's a thriller, it's action. It's like everything all in one. It's crazy. And like you wouldn't think that it works, but it does. I don't know. Such a good show.
I bet I would probably enjoy that.
Um
Do you think?
I think you would, but I think you wouldn't. I do have to say this. There is a lot of, like, weird sex scenes in it, and I don't really know why, like, orgy scenes kinda, and they come out of nowhere, and it's really weird, and they last a super like, they last, like, 10 minutes. Um, it
Hmm.
only happens about 2 or 3 times, but I still think that it's, like, a big enough thing that I need to mention if I'm gonna, like, recommend this to someone. Like, this is a show that I would recommend to my mom, but at the same time, I think about the orgy scenes, and I'm like, "I can't recommend this to my mom." You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
But honestly, you can skip them. Like, you can just go through and skip them, and you'll be fine. It is a little slow, like, it takes a couple episodes for it to get going, but, like, once it gets going, it's so good. It's amazing.
Right.
Um, okay, next, I'm gonna need you to chime in on me with it. Next is
Mhm.
Stranger Things.
Mhm.
I love the concept of Stranger Things, I love the story, I love how it, like, perfectly encapsulates the '80s, like, I feel like I'm watching something. Like, I feel like they went in time. Well, they went back in time. I feel like it's so good. Like, there's, like, a
They definitely, like, put their whole Badoosie into it.
yes, like, they made sure everything was perfect. I love the
Yes, like,
casting.
they didn't half-ass it either, like, it makes you feel like you're watching an '80s show,
Yes,
but
I Stranger
the
Things is such a
quality is
masterpiece.
the quality is modern.
Yes, such a masterpiece. Amazing cinematography. There's certain scenes that, like, give me chills, like, it's so good, and, like, it does it on multiple rewatches. Um I think Stranger Things is probably the show that I've rewatched the most because I think
There's
Stranger Things is like one of those.
there's
It's definitely a comfort show. Like I can just put it on at any episode at any time, and I could probably tell you which episode it is. I could tell you which season. Like I've watched it so much.
there's so much that you can miss.
Yes,
Um,
I love all the
and,
theories
like,
on it.
truly, I'm gonna sound like, what is it called? Not a fanboy, but, like, where you're, like, obsessed with something. What is that called? Um,
Like
I'm
obsessive,
I don't know. I'm gonna sound like I'm like
a stan.
like, yeah, I guess. I don't know. I'm gonna sound like one of those, but really, I feel like Stranger Things is like a must watch.
No, agreed. I think Stranger Things is amazing. I think that um obviously, with all TV shows, it goes down to taste, but I think I will say, season 3 is probably my favorite. I think season 4 is my least favorite season. I just wasn't Season 4 is my only critique about the whole show. I think season 1, 2, and 3 were perfect, and then I didn't really have any critiques until season 4 came out. I didn't care about the California storyline. I cared about the Russia storyline, but not as much, and also really didn't fully care for the 11 storyline, and I know that it's, like, super important to the show. I feel like the California storyline wasn't I really did not care for the California storyline at all. I feel like they're pushing this Will and Mike thing, and I don't like that because they don't fit well together. Um, they don't.
Well,
I don't think they fit together. Like it feels so out of place in the show, and like I'm all for Will coming out and having his own like little storyline, but not. I don't want him to end up with Mike at all.
yeah, yeah.
I
Well,
think
I'm
I
gonna
think
say
it's a
something.
horrible decision. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm I'm gonna say something too. Um, I feel like season 4 I mean, season 4 was definitely my least favorite out of all, but and kinda, like, following what you said, I think season 4 is gonna have a lot to do with the ending,
Oh, yes. Well,
and I think it was necessary because, the
yeah,
Duffer
I'm aware.
Brothers
I'm
the
aware.
the the Duffer Brothers, they said that they already knew, like, everything that was gonna happen when they filmed the 1st season.
Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously, they know. I mean, and they done it for a reason. I feel like everything in that show happens for a reason.
Yeah, and I'm totally fine with that, but I'm just saying my
Yeah.
opinion. My opinion is
No, yeah, yeah.
I
I
don't like
agree.
season 4. I understand that it's a necessary evil that you have to set up for your big finale. I just hope my biggest thing for season 5 is that they just go back to Hawkins, that they stay in Hawkins and everyone's together because everyone being split up like they were, it wasn't as interesting for me because
Yeah.
how are you going to have Max being hunted. Spoilers, I guess, sorry. How are you gonna have Max being hunted and her threat being on the line, and then you go to the California group and Will is mad that Mike isn't paying attention to him, and Jonathan's getting high and stoned. Like, I don't care. Like, Max almost died 2 seconds ago, and now we're watching Jonathan get stoned and talking about how he's scared about where he and Nancy are gonna end up. Like, I don't care. I don't care. Go back to the Hawkins story. I don't care.
Mm. And like I said
Um,
again, I think all of that happened for something that we don't know it yet. But yes, I
yeah,
agree. It seems irrelevant right now.
yeah. Also, I do wanna say that I'm gonna be that one episode in season 2 where Eleven goes and meets her sister. I know that she needed that to fight the Mind Flayer and close the portal and everything, but on a rewatch, I can't watch that episode. That episode is so boring, and I just
Oh,
have that's my
100%.
opinion. It's my opinion, and I have
100%.
to say it.
Yeah, I think
Um,
everybody
I
agrees with that.
also I also am really upset that what's her name? Cully? Is that her name?
Collie. Collie.
Cully. I am so mad that she hasn't come back yet. Like we haven't heard from her, we haven't seen her. Like at least show like an end credit scene or something of like her and her little group.
I think we're gonna see her in the last season.
I hope so because if not, that feels like a loose end. You know what I mean? Or like
Okay.
I would be okay with her getting a spinoff show or whatever. But anyways, that's
Yeah.
all I have to say for Stranger Things. I know I critiqued it a lot, but it is a
No, yeah.
masterpiece,
We we
and the
we definitely
story's
need to have a
amazing.
whole we definitely need to have a whole episode talking about Stranger Things.
Oh,
I think that would
absolutely,
be cool.
absolutely.
But anyway, yeah, let's move on here. Um, my top 25 movies.
Well, hang on,
Um,
I haven't even done my top 3 TV shows yet.
oh shoot, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I wasn't done.
My
Number
bad.
3, my number 3 TV show is Avatar: The Last Airbender. Um, such a the best cartoon of all time. The best cartoon of all time. One of the best kids in parentheses kids shows of all time because I feel like you can watch it at any age. Like it is generalized more for kids, but it's such an amazing show. They did so good like building the world and making you feel like you knew everything that was going on. Like you knew about all the nations, all the countries, you knew about all the bending. Like it's such an amazing show. Such a good like character, like all the characters grew and like it was such they all got their storylines got fleshed out. I'm a big Avatar is a show that like has helped me shape like what I like to see in a plot. Like plots of movies, TV shows, like such an amazing plot from start to finish. My number 2 is a reality TV show. Maria, I know you know what it is. It's Survivor. Love, love, love Survivor. I just got into Survivor like 2 or 3 years ago, and it's slowly taken over my life. I had a Survivor themed birthday party. It was amazing. I got voted out by my friends. Kind of sad. But I
That's
just love
fun.
it. I just love how every season can be so different and different strategies and like different social situations and stuff. It's just so interesting. It's so interesting to see these people from different backgrounds and what they'll do and I think it was more interesting back in the day because you had a lot of people that were there to play and the people that weren't there to play. And nowadays everyone is there like everyone's playing so hard nowadays and everyone's a fan and it's just different, but it's still good. Don't get me wrong. but I just love Survivor. Okay, and then my number one, I gotta talk about it for just a minute. It is an anime, but I genuinely my favorite show of all time. One of the like top 100 shows of all time. I'll die on the hill. I'll die on this hill. Top 100 shows of all time, hands down. It's Attack on Titan. Kind of like what you said about Stranger Things with the Duffer Brothers. The creator of Attack on Titan, he had the entire story planned out when he started writing the first episode. Um, he had everything in mind, everything written down. There's so much foreshadowing. You're in the dark for the first 3 seasons, and then at the end of season 3, you find out what's been going on the whole time. And then season 4 delves into that, and season 4 is the final season. You've got a world-ending calamity. You've got the hero becoming the main villain at the end. Like the main character becomes the main villain at the end.
Mhm.
It's such a good TV show. It's so amazing. It's like this is another show that when I finished it, I absolutely bawled my eyes out for like I bawled my eyes out for like an hour, and I sat there and thought about it, just like all of the repercussions and everything, and like oh my god, such an amazing show. If you like anime and you haven't seen Attack on Titan, or if like you've ever thought about watching it, please go watch it. I cannot recommend it enough. Attack on Titan, my favorite show of all time. Amazing, amazing, amazing. All right, Maria, whenever you're ready to talk about your movies, you can start.
Love that. Very, very thought out list, Kobe. Um, my movies, I obviously have 25 because I've seen more than 25 movies, compared to my shows. So, y'all, listen, I have a very random taste of movies, obviously, as you can see from my list. Um, but I feel like that's me, you know? Do you agree, Kobe?
Yeah, I mean, you're also not really a movie person, and that's okay.
Yeah. So I feel like a lot of mine are kind of like classics, like whatever. But that's okay. Number 25, I have The Parent Trap. I loved that movie as a kid and it's still kind of like a classic. I think the storyline is kind of like genius,
Specifically
but
the Lindsay Lohan version, not the original.
yes, 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 yes. Um, Next I have Lady and the Tramp. Um, has always been one of my favorite Disney movies. Love Lady and the Tramp. I think it's adorable. So cute. Um, and then my next one is Polly. I watched this over and over and over as a kid. Kobe, I don't know if you know what it's about, but
Never heard of Polly, actually.
it's about this girl who has like this speech problem, like she can't talk good, and her parents get her a parrot as a pet, and he like she of course they get her the parrot because the parrot can talk and it helps her talk.
Mhm.
And the parrot gets loose, if I'm thinking right. I can't really remember the movie too much, but I'm pretty sure the parrot gets loose, and the whole movie is him trying to get back to find her. And it's kind of like Homeward Bound, but it's a parrot instead of two dogs and a cat.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's pretty good though. It's really cute. Um, Next movie is The Do Over. Love Adam Sandler, one of my favorite actors. I think he's hilarious, goofy, but anyway, love The Do Over. It's probably my favorite movie by him. Um, Love it. Plus David Spade's in it, so it makes it even better. Um, Next is Because of Winn-Dixie. Kobe thought I was crazy for putting this on my list, but call me crazy, but I love Winn-Dixie.
No, Daddy, you can't take Winn-Dixie away.
Just the scene of the rat in the church, the old grocery store, is so funny. That's so funny to me. Oh, um, my next one is Where the Crawdads Sing. I feel like this movie gives off like the Notebook vibes, but the story is completely different if I had to describe it any other way.
I know what you mean.
Like it's an
I really enjoyed Where the Crawdads Sing, and the twist at the end. I was
yes.
satisfied with it. You know what I mean? and I didn't
Yes, it's
care.
like, "Oh, okay, yeah, like,
I
I'm
would,
digging this."
and, I rooted for her for the entire movie,
Yep,
and I don't
love
care.
it.
I
I
don't
wanna
care.
rewatch it.
She deserved so much better than what she got. Like they treated her like shit her entire life,
Mhm,
and she didn't do anything
yeah.
wrong.
I feel like this is a movie that I feel like almost anybody would enjoy watching.
Hmm.
Yeah. My next movie is My Girl, another movie that I watched all the time as a kid. It's like a classic to me. My Girl has a it doesn't really have a plot. It's just kind of like I don't know. It does, but it doesn't.
Wait,
And it's
is my girl where they're kids and like she likes him, or like no, like he's like in love with her and he like talks about her and all this. It's like in his head all the time. Is her name
yeah,
Julie or something?
Jada.
Jada. Am maybe I'm thinking of something else.
No, you are because like they're like best friends, and she's
Right.
like
And like she
obsessed
does
with her
something.
teacher.
Yeah, she does something and then he like realizes that he's in love with her or something.
Not really. The
No,
the the
I think I'm
movie
thinking
is
of a different
not
movie.
the movie is not focused on the love he has for her, if that's what you're saying.
Okay, no, I'm
Like,
thinking of a different movie. I'm thinking of a
he
different
he
movie.
does have a crush on her, but that's, like, not the main thing of the movie. Like, you do need to watch it. It's, like, one of those must watches. It's really sad, though. I would tell you, but you haven't seen it, so you need to watch it. The
Yeah.
movie's really sad.
I'm thinking of a different movie though.
Next is Shrek 2, the best Shrek movie, hands down. If I'm gonna
Mm.
watch a Shrek movie, sit down and watch a Shrek movie, it's gonna be the second one. Next is Norbit. Full on makes me giggle. Like, I love Norbit.
I'm
Kobe, you
getting a
can't
little
just be silent.
belly.
Getting a little Billy.
I'm a child.
Um, it's one of those raunchy, goofy 90s. It came out in the 90s, right? Or early 2000s?
Early 2000s.
Something like that. Next is Four Christmases. This is random. Um, but this movie is so funny. Um, it I'll kind of sum it up really quick. So, it's this guy and woman. I can't remember who's in the movie. I think it's maybe Reese Witherspoon, and I can't remember her boyfriend in the movie. But anyway, they're dating. It's Christmas, of course. It's a Christmas movie. Um, I mean, really, you can watch this movie though when it's not Christmas. It's not heavy on Christmas. You know what I mean? Um,
Mhm.
but anyway, basically, they usually go on vacation together on Christmas. They never want to go to like their families because their families are, crazy. Well, their trip ends up getting canceled last minute, so they end up going to each of their Christmases, and both of their parents are divorced, so they go to four different Christmases in one day. Hence the title. But it's so funny. Like all the families are like different and whatever. Next I have The Sandlot. Classic. Loved it as a kid. Not much to say there. Just love The Sandlot. Um, my next one is Christmas Vacation. Kobe, you don't agree with me on this, do you?
No, I don't really care for Christmas Vacation or any of the National Lampoon. Like I don't really care.
I don't like it.
Don't really care
Um,
for those types of movies.
yeah. I think I can watch Christmas Vacation when it's not Christmas, but every single year I watch it Christmas time. Like that's a movie that I have to watch in order to get in the Christmas spirit. Next I have Monster House. Love the
Love Monster
movie.
House, classic.
Love it. Love it. Next is Stand By Me. Um, it's kind of it's
I
kind of
haven't.
a weird story,
It is. I haven't seen Stand By Me since I was little.
but I'm pretty sure it was based on a true story. But it's about these four kids, and this is an 80s movie. It's about these four kids that find out that someone was killed, I think maybe or something, and they go
Yeah,
out to
and they go try and find his body.
yes, and they come across a bunch of obstacles, and it's kind of like a coming of age movie,
Yeah,
like 80s.
I just
Um,
remember the leech scene.
yeah, the leech scene, and the scene where they're out in the woods. Do you remember that scene
I don't. It's been forever.
where
I did.
the little chubby kid was like, "Oh my gosh, we're gonna die! Here, wolves!"
No, I really only remember. I remember the ending because the ending is really sad. Like when you find out what happens to all of them, and then I remember them finding the body and then being like, "Whoa!" And then I remember the
You
leech
don't
scene.
remember Lardass?
Oh, I remember Lardass, of
Yeah,
course.
that's when they're out in the woods. He tells the story.
Yeah.
Okay, so next is Diary of a Wimpy Kid. It reminds me of middle school for real
Good
because
God, man.
I I just remember watching this movie when it was like like when we had like a spirit week and we were having like a fun week. And I feel like Diary of a Wimpy Kid was always the movie that teachers would put on for us to like sit there and enjoy watching. I don't know.
I remember Big Hit was like crack for us.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't know. Our generation just loved our Wimpy Kid, but we
What
also
is
went
it,
to a
Roderick?
school. Roderick Rules, what?
No, Roderick, he says something to Rowley. He says like, "Get off me, baby hippo."
Yeah, he says that.
Yeah, but I can't remember if he says "get off me" or "move" or something.
Move, baby hippo.
But
Probably
Rowley like
that.
grabbed his feet. Like that was peak. That was like a peak joke to me. Was like, "Get off, baby hippo." I don't know. Anyway, um, my next one is Ocean's 8, specifically.
The
Um,
chick flick version.
yeah, the women.
Queen
Um,
Sarah Paulson.
love it. Um, Next is Superbad. Noelle actually showed me this movie, and I'm mad that I didn't watch it until like the age of 21 years old.
It has the same vibe as Project X.
It
You
does.
forgot Project X on your list.
No, I didn't. I didn't put that on my list.
Oh.
It's too long, and I love showing that movie to people, but I don't enjoy watching it when I'm by myself.
Thinking about the dog flying away. No.
My next one is The Outsiders. The real ones know.
Oh God. Well, yes, we do. Maria's. This was when Maria learned what the term obsession is.
Oh my gosh. Like, I'm not gonna get into all of it, but let's just say I
This
may
was
have made an
this was
Instagram.
this was Maria's womanhood awakening.
This was my middle school crisis
Your
movie.
coming of age, you could say.
Shout out to Miss Bamford. Um, Next is Over the Hedge. Love Over the Hedge.
Love over the
Oh
hedge.
my gosh. When I when I think of Over the Hedge, I think of the turtle butt.
I was about to say, and they go, ew.
That is so funny. Like you cannot show me another scene of a movie and make me laugh in that scene.
Make me laugh harder than turtle butt. Remember that little girl's going, ew.
Ew. And he like covers it with his little paws. It's giving funky butt.
Oh, funky
Kobe,
butt.
remember when you came over when I still lived with my mom and dad and you came over and spent the night? You
Yeah,
and
we watched Over the Hedge, yes.
yes, oh
And
my
we
gosh.
were jamming to the soundtrack. Yes.
Yes, 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 yes.
The Over the Hedge original pictures soundtrack.
Over the Hedge is definitely my favorite animated movie ever. I love it. I could watch that movie over and over and over again and
Over
still
the
love
Hedge is
it.
one of those where it's like so bad it's good.
No, it's not even bad. It's so good.
There's better animated movies, but I do think Over the Hedge is great.
Ew.
All right, moving on.
His face. His face. He's so traumatized. Okay, next is Dirty Dancing. Classic. I feel like every girl has that on their list of top movies.
Going from
Um,
Over the Hedge to Dirty Dancing is crazy.
no, it's not.
Ew.
They're right there. They're right there. They're together.
They're neck and neck.
They're neck and they're booty crack and booty crack. My next one is Scary Movie. Todd, I wasn't gonna put two of them on there because I feel like just the
It's too much,
series,
right?
yeah, the series in general is definitely top 5 for me. I don't know, they're just so funny to me. That's like my that's my funny. You want me to laugh? Show me Scary Movie. I'll laugh. If I'm in a bad mood, put on Scary Movie. I'll sit down and watch a movie with you if it's Scary Movie. Um, Next is Ready Player One. I f Personally, I feel like this movie, nobody has seen it.
Not
Do
true.
you do you agree? No, like, I know people have seen it, but I don't think that it's I think it's underrated.
Uh,
It's not talked about enough.
it was a
I think
good
what I
it was a
like
good it had a good plot and it had a good pop culture like showcase, but
yeah. It had a good plot. I mean, a really good plot too, though, you know?
yeah, I like the plot, but I don't know. It's not one of my favorites, but I thought it was very like I do feel like that's where gaming was gonna go if like VR kept being a thing. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like the more VR
Yeah.
got into mainstream.
I feel like that's a must watch for people that enjoy watching pop culture-ish stuff,
Oh
futuristic
yeah, but
stuff.
a lot of the pop culture stuff was really good too.
Yeah. But now I think that was one of my favorite things about that movie though was there were so many little Easter eggs of like, different characters and stuff that they hid in there,
Right.
references to movies, stuff like that.
Right.
Um, which they weren't really hidden, but you know what I mean. Uh, Getting into top 3. Number 3 is White Chicks.
Mhm.
Um, Love White Chicks. I can sit there and watch it over and over again. There's not much to say about it. It's just I don't know. I love it. Number 2 is Hangover. Um, I could sit and watch and this goes to, like, Shrek and, well, not really Shrek, but Scary Movie. I could put the 2nd and the 3rd one on here, and they'd be on my top, but I'm not gonna do all that. All 3 of them were good. Have you seen all 3 of them, Kobe?
I don't think so. I know I've seen the first Hangover,
Mhm.
um, but I don't think I've seen all of them.
They're good, they're funny. They're pretty funny. Um, I can't remember the guy's name that carries the baby, but he carried the
Zach
movie.
Galifianakis.
Yes, but I can't remember his name in the movie. Um, and my number 1, Back to the Future. Not a big fan of the 2nd and the 3rd one. Um, but I absolutely love the first one. Um, I didn't watch it until about a year ago, and I was mad at myself for not watching it until then, but it's definitely my number 1 movie. Love Back to the
Personally, I've
Future,
never seen Back to the Future, but
which is
Maria,
crazy.
yeah. Well, I mean, you only watched it like a year ago.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, I've
But
seen I've seen clips of it and like, it used to come on cable and I don't know, I never watched it. But I need to and I will eventually. Um,
we'll have to watch it together.
yeah, but being so for real, I've seen a lot more older stuff than you have, to be honest. And I've seen way more movies
True,
than you and stuff.
true.
All right.
But give me my time to shine.
All right, moving on to my favorite movies. Today's going to be a little bit of a longer episode. I'll try and hurry with the bottom of my list because they're not as good as my like top 10. Um, so my very last one, I have the Barnyard movie. The Barnyard movie was a movie that I watched over and over and over and over as a kid, and I could quote it. And I would go to the graveyard, not the graveyard, the junkyard scene at the very end when he goes to rescue the chickens. I used to skip to that all the time and watch them beat the crap out of those coyotes and unleash Wild Mike and Pip goes, go right in your ear. I used to watch that over and over and over and over and over. Um, next is The Lost Boys. Maria, have you ever seen The Lost Boys?
I've seen bits and pieces,
I
but
feel like
I
you'd
can't
like it.
say that I've
It's like a 80s like campy like vampire movie. I don't know. It's so good.
yeah.
Good soundtrack actually. Really good soundtrack. Really good songs from that movie. Um, I don't know. I just like the plot of it, and I like how you're trying to figure out who the main vampire is. I feel like it's really obvious, but when I was a kid, I had no idea. But such a good movie. Um, next is a movie that I watched recently for the first time, but honestly, I truly think that it's so good that it deserves to be on my top 25. It's called It's What's Inside. I believe it's a Netflix original. I told Maria to watch it recently and she still hasn't, but oh my gosh, amazing movie. It's about these people like swapping bodies and like what they would do if they were in someone else's body and like there's so many undertones and like insecurities and like oh, I'm in this person's body, so I can do this, or oh, I'm in this person's body, so I have all these followers, or oh, I'm in this person's body, so I can hook up with this person and them not know it's me. Like, just weird, weird shit. But honestly, that movie was amazing. Loved it. But it's still new, so I put it towards the bottom. Next is the OG Halloween. I love the pacing of it. Like it was so original. It like reignited the slasher genre. Just such an amazing movie, such a good like slow burn where like he's always in the background and like in certain scenes it'll just be like you can see him in so many scenes just like watching in the background and you just have to be paying attention to it and I love that detail. Um Next is Red, White, and Royal Blue. It's a little gay movie. Came out like 2 years ago, but it makes me cry. It's like my feel good gay movie because there's not many. There's really not many. But love it, love it, love it. Love their little relationship. They're so cute, and I'm glad they ended up staying together. Next is Pitch Perfect. I'm only a girl at heart. I love Pitch Perfect so much. It's so quotable. It's so good. I feel like everybody that's seen that movie knows the riff off. Like you can sing the riff off. Um, so iconic. Gotta love Fat Amy. Fat Amy has so many good one-liners. Um, Maria, you still there?
I am.
You're quiet.
I'm just listening.
All right. Next is Harry Potter, specifically the fourth movie, Goblet of Fire. I just love the little wizard tournament, the Triwizard Cup. Love that. Um, and I love how like Harry Potter does such a good job of like them growing up as teenagers and like it's like him and Ron have a little falling out, and Hermione is playing like the middleman, and then she gets sick and tired of it, and she's like, "You two need to make up already." Like, it's so good, and like he's going through a really dark time, and like all his friends start like ditching him, and then eventually they come around. Such a good movie, such a good plot. Rest in peace, Cedric Diggory. You were gone too soon. Next is Spider-Man: No Way Home, the third one. I've only seen this once. I really want to rewatch it, but Sony sucks, and I don't feel like renting it. Um, but this movie was amazing. I loved the triple Spider-Man trio like coming back, and they brought back Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield. That was amazing. Loved that. I loved Ned being like a wizard or whatever. He could use the magic, the Doctor Strange ring, whatever. I forget what it's called. Um, the ending was sad. Peter had to kill the Green Goblin. That was sad. Such a good movie. Next is Hunger Games, specifically Catching Fire. Catching Fire is amazing. Definitely the best Hunger Games movie. I don't know. Them in that arena is just like them killing Senna and then her immediately having to go into the arena and fight for her life. That is pure cinema right there. Oh my gosh. Love that movie. Next is Hereditary. I was talking to Maria about this earlier because Maria has never seen Hereditary. One of the best horror movies in like the past 20 years. Like Hereditary is so good and like watching it for the first time, it made me feel so uncomfortable, but like in a good way. Like, that's why I was watching a scary movie. But oh my gosh, Maria, you need to watch Hereditary. It is so good. Like the twists and turns of it, and like I think my jaw was open for at least like a quarter or like half of the movie. Like I had my
Mhm.
hand over my mouth, like oh my gosh. Such a good movie. My next movie is Kill Bill Volume 2, the second movie. Um, Very good movie, but not as good as the first. I think the training sequence where she's like with her I forget his name, but where she's with the training master, the kung fu master, and she's training with him. I thought that lasted a little bit too long. And I thought that the final climax of her fighting Bill wasn't as good as it was hyped up to be. Next is Jurassic Park. Love, love, love Jurassic Park. I love the Jurassic Park franchise. But I put the first one on here because it's the first one, it's the best one, let's be so honest. Um, but I just went back and recently rewatched all the Jurassic Park trilogy. So good. I love Jurassic Park. Um, Next is The Maze Runner. I put the first one on here, but I love the entire trilogy. Such a good movie. I love The Maze Runner. I wish they would have done the whole series because I'm pretty sure they did all of Divergent and they did all of the Hunger Games. So why could you do all of the Maze Runner? But it's fine. It was amazing. Love Dylan O'Brien too. Love him so much. My next one is Scooby Doo. Specifically the first one, but I also love the second one. Um, I tell you what, I'm gay, but in the second movie, Velma and those hot leather pants. Oh my gosh, why did they do that? Cause that's forever burned in my brain. Like she looked so sexy. Anyways, next is White Chicks. Maria already went over White Chicks. I'm kind of over White Chicks. Like I've seen it so many times, but it's still a classic, and I still love it. But I think I've just seen it so many times that like I have to wait before I rewatch it again. Like I gotta wait a couple years.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, I'm now in my top 10. So at number 10, I have Nine. It's a animated Tim Burton movie. It's basically the apocalypse. It's the end of the world. There's no more humans left. The last human was the scientist, and he split his soul into like nine different little like ragdoll puppet things. And it's basically them fighting for their lives against this like evil machine that destroyed the world. Um, and he like keeps making different machines to like come after them. Oh, it's so good. It's so like that movie made me cry so many times growing up. It's Nine used to be my favorite movie of all time, but it's moved down as I've gotten older. But so good. Um, Next is Star Wars Episode 3: Revenge of the Sith, the best Star Wars movie. Like I said earlier, I cry every single time Order 66 happens. Every single time. Order 66 is so sad. Like being connected to all those people across the world and the entirety of space and feeling them die and you can feel that's so crazy to me. Like such a crazy story plot line. Makes me cry. Love it. Love Anakin turning into Darth Vader. I mean, I don't love it. I hate it, but I love it for story purposes. But anyways, um, next is It Follows. I remember showing you this movie and you hated it. I'm pretty sure, right?
Mm, mm,
It Follows.
yeah,
It's the movie about the walking STD, and it's like a STD.
it's
Well, it's like
it's
that thing,
weird.
and it constantly follows. Yes, but it's like it's a movie critic thing. Like you have to be super into movies to like really understand like all the undertones and everything because it's like a I don't know the word for it. It's like it's a commentary.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a commentary about STDs and stuff like that. But the movie's amazing. It's weird, but the cinematography is amazing. Um, the feeling, like I don't know, the movie just does such a good job of making you feel like something is always after you. Like it's so good. I love it. And it's so creepy and like I'll never forget that one scene where it breaks into the house and they're freaking out and she's crying to her sister and they open the door and that big like 8 foot tall man comes through. You know what I'm talking about? You remember that scene?
Yeah, that's crazy. It's crazy to me that you have that on your that's like at the top of your list.
It's number 8.
I know,
That
but it's
movie
still crazy.
that movie's so good. It's so Well, I mean, like, imagine being in that situation. Like, you have this thing constantly following you at all times. Like, you can't sleep, you can't run from it. It follows you no matter what, and no one else can see it. Everyone thinks that you're crazy. Like, imagine being in that situation. What are you supposed to
Yeah.
do? And then she passes it on, and he like immediately dies because he didn't believe her. Like all the trauma that comes from that. That movie's so good. All right. Next is Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2, the finale. Gotta love the finale, him fighting Voldemort and them finding the final Horcruxes and stuff. Harry Potter's so good. Um all right, next is Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3, Dream Warriors. Specifically Nightmare on Elm Street 3. I do love the original. The original's a classic, but I just love Nightmare 3 more just because that's when Freddy started like really becoming his own character. That's when he started being funny Freddy and like started doing one-liners before he killed his victims and it started being more campy. I don't know. I just love Dream Warriors. I love that um Heather Langenkamp came back and played Nancy again. Such a good movie. Love Freddy Krueger. Okay, now we're in my top five. My number five is Mean Girls. Mean Girls is a classic. I quote Mean Girls literally all the time. Um, you know what they say about you? They say you're a jungle freak, less hot version of me. I quote Mean Girls all the time.
I like Mean Girls.
Huh?
I like Mean Girls.
Love Mean Girls. Like it's October 3rd. Let's go to Taco Bell. Um, she doesn't even go here. Like there's so many good. I have a big old lesbian crush on you. Like that movie is so good. Tina Fey, she needs her pussy ate for that. And I'm really mad. I'm really mad about the musical version, the theatrical movie release of the musical because it sucked. It sucked really bad, and I wanted it to be good so bad, and it just wasn't. But anyways, now number four is Legally Blonde.
Anyways,
Yeah, my number four is Legally Blonde. I love Reese Witherspoon. I love Jennifer Coolidge. Legally Blonde is another one of those movies where I quote all the time, like, he's gay. Straight men don't know fuck, what is it? Straight men don't know brands. He knew Prada or whatever, and then uh I'm taking the damn dog and the bend and snap, like, oh my gosh. Love Legally Blonde so much. One of my favorite feel good movies. Like Warner did not deserve her, and I'm glad that she ended up with her little hot lawyer man at the end. Um okay, anyways, top three.
love that.
Top three. Number three is Silence of the Lambs. Have you ever seen Silence of the Lambs, Maria?
Bits and pieces.
Oh my gosh. Silence of the Lambs is one of those movies that like I don't know, it gets me in a mood. I love the I love like you see the movie a lot of the time from Clarice's eyes and like there's a big commentary on like because like she's after a serial killer and the serial killer is after women and it's this whole commentary about how men and women are equal and how like when you see from her eyes and it's like showing how all the men like gawk at her and they don't see her as a person, they just see her as a pretty thing to look at and they don't respect her. And I don't know, I just love the undertones of it. The plot is amazing. Her cracking the big case at the end. um what is his name, Wild Bill or Bullseye Bill, whatever his name is, he's a freak, he's crazy. um like he makes me every scene he's in, he makes me feel so uncomfortable, but like that's what the movie wants it to do. I don't know, that movie is amazing. I love that movie so much. Such a good mystery. Like I said, I love mysteries and like solving mysteries and stuff like that. So like that's right up my alley. And
Hmm.
speaking of mysteries, my number two is Scream. The OG Scream, love it so much. It's so campy. It's so self-aware on like what scary movies were at the time. It was such a breath of fresh air, and so many movies and stuff tried to like copy it afterwards. Ugh, I don't know. You just can't beat the original. Um, really love how they put Drew Barrymore on everything, and then they killed her within the first 5 minutes. Like that's so That's so iconic. Like Scream is just iconic. Um, love, love, love Scream. Love that it's still going on, even with all the controversy around it today. Um, anyways, we're finally at my last one. My favorite movie of all time is Kill Bill, specifically Volume 1. I just love, like, it's so campy. It's so good. I love Uma Thurman, love Quentin Tarantino. I love
It's such a
her.
weird vibe to me, that
It
movie.
is, it is. It's such a weird vibe. And that's just Quentin Tarantino. That's just his vibe. His movies are weird like that. But I don't know. I just love how campy it is. It's like so serious, but so like it's telling a serious story in the most unserious way. Like you've got her driving the pussy wagon, and then you've got all the fucking sound effects when she's killing all these people. The scene where she's in Japan and she's fighting the crazy 88 and they're all coming at her at once and she's just taking out every single one of them in the most like cartoony way possible. I don't know. It scratches an itch in my brain. I love it so much. Um Also the soundtrack of that movie is so iconic. Like the little alert that plays, the little siren that plays when she sees like her target is so funny to me. Um the little when they're walking down the hallway and it goes, you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
And that was like a big pop culture thing. Like there's so many pop culture things that came from that movie. Um you've got the Kill Bill whistle, the
Mm-hmm.
like you've got that's iconic. Like that movie is just so good. My favorite movie of all time. I just love it. I watch it at least once a year. I have to.
Bum, 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 bum.
Says she wanna ride with me to smoke up on my weed.
When I hear that song, I think of that movie.
You're supposed to. It's where it's from. Oh, it's so good. I don't know. I just love everything about that movie. I love how campy it is. I love how serious it is. Like the plot is good. Like them killing her and her coming back and being like she doesn't care about anything else but just killing them, and then she finds out that her baby is alive and now she's like, now I have to kill these people to get revenge and go get my baby. And I don't know. I just love it. I support women. I support women's rights and wrongs.
Love it. Love
I don't
it.
know,
Love
so
it.
many good one-liners in that movie, like so many things that she says. I quote so much of that movie. Um, and I have to say this, I know this is from volume 2, not from volume 1, but I quote this all the time and she's like, "You pretty good with that shotgun?" And she goes, "Not that I have to be at this range, but I'm a fucking surgeon with this shotgun." Like, ooh, that eats so good. Scratches my brain. All right, Maria, do you have anything else to add?
I don't think so. I'm all movied and showed out.
I'm not. I could keep talking for another 2 hours about everything.
I think that was a fun episode, though. I feel like everybody,
I think
y'all
that
let
was
us
fun.
know. Y'all let us know what movies we missed out. Like, what movies do y'all think we should have
Yes,
put on the list?
y'all tell us some of your favorite movies in the comments. Tell us if you agreed on certain movies, if you didn't understand certain picks. Like, let us know. I want to know what y'all's favorite movies are. I want to read a couple. Give us some recommendations, especially Maria. Maria doesn't watch
Yeah,
TV and she needs recommendations bad because
I
she
need
doesn't.
shows.
Our tastes are very different, and I tell her certain things sometimes, but she just doesn't listen to me. And I'm guilty of it too. She'll tell me to watch certain things, and I just don't watch it. But I'm very particular about stuff that I watch.
Yeah,
But there's a
same.
good couple things on my list that you need to check out.
Okay, maybe later.
All right. Well, Maria, I have a very important question for you.
Yeah.
What'd you eat today?
For breakfast, I had a bacon biscuit that I just had from home.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a 5 out of 10. It wasn't that good, but it'll do.
Right.
Um, for lunch, I had a turkey sandwich
Mm-hmm.
with Doritos,
Mm-hmm.
um, and a Mello to drink. That meal was like a 7 or 8 out of 10. It was okay, but it wasn't
Yeah.
the best. And then for supper tonight, I made the Longhorn Parmesan crusted chicken and mac and cheese and asparagus, and it was 10 out of 10. It was so good. So good.
Period.
And that's what I ate today.
All right. Period. Do you have your song of the week ready, or do you need me to go first?
You go first. I'm gonna get mine pulled up.
Okay. I this song popped into my head earlier, and I was so excited. Maria, when I think of this song, I think about the good old days, like in all caps, the good old days. I think about high school. I think about junior year when we had our little group. My song of the week is "The Less I Know, the Better" by Tame Impala.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good one.
Love, love, love.
Love that. Mine is I've been listening to this song a little bit recently, but when I listen to it, it makes me think of like October, like fall vibes for some reason.
Hmm.
It's I Miss You by Blink 182.
Where are
Where
you?
are
And
you?
I'm so
So
sorry.
sorry.
No, I feel like both of those songs give me fall vibes.
Yeah. Yeah, they do.
Yeah, The Less I Know, the Better is just fall vibes just because that's when I
I don't
described
know. That
it.
gives me the less I know, the better. Kind of reminds me of like summer, late night summer vibes.
I know. I get summer and fall vibes from it, but I just remember
Yeah.
that's when we listened to it a lot.
Yeah.
It was
True
like
story.
it was late summer, early fall.
Yeah.
But oh my
Well,
gosh,
guys,
that
if
song
you
is
made it,
amazing.
if you made it this far, thank you so much because I know this has been quite a long episode.
Yeah,
Um,
we're going on pushing an hour and a half almost.
yeah. So
But it's all right.
that's basically it.
Hopefully you guys watched it in increments because that would be the smart way to do it. That's how I
Right.
have
That's
to
a
watch my
lot.
podcast sometimes because sometimes I just don't have an hour.
Yeah. Or even if y'all just want to kind of skim through it, if you want to hear us talk about different ones on our list or something, that's understandable too. But
Right.
just be sure to like and subscribe and please share um with your friends. We're still trying to grow. We're getting there. I feel like we're slowly getting the like a better habit at everything and stuff.
Yeah, here and there.
So,
My
yeah.
goal is to I want to start like doing more editing and doing more stuff on that kind of side of things. But while we're still slow, or I mean, while we're still like small, it's just like I feel like it would be a lot of effort for not a lot of, you know what I mean? Like not saying
Yeah.
I'm definitely willing to put in the effort. I'm not like I'm lazy, but I'm not like lazy, you know what I mean? And I would definitely put in the work for the channel. I'm just waiting for us to kind of grow just a little bit more and then I will start, I'll grow as the channel grows.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll get
But
there.
please like, comment, subscribe. We'd really appreciate it. Please
It does help.
share us. It takes but 2 seconds. I know Gen Z especially, we are very lazy and don't like to do things, but it only takes a second to leave a like or a comment or something. Please tell us your favorite movies and TV shows. Give us some recommendations. Um, I would love to sit and read through some. I'd really
Yes.
appreciate it, guys. But other than that, have a great rest of your day, night, week,
Have a
whatever it is for
wonderful
you,
weekend. We
and
will
we will
see y'all
catch
next week.
you next week.
Bye.
Bye.